Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of our Skoolie bus conversion. This week, we're mounting the generator on the back of the bus. Now, I know what you're thinking. Cody, there's a back door. It's an emergency exit. What are you gonna do in an emergency? Guys, we have two emergency doors. Come on, let's hit it with the intro. Welcome to the Tale of Two Smitties. We're Cody and Laura, and if you're new here, let's catch you up. Before winter, we bought a school bus, a big, yellow school bus. Cody flew out to Phoenix with Laura's dad Grant to make the drive back to downtown Dallas. Since then, we've been plugging away on our Skoolie bus conversion, turning a bus into a tiny home on wheels. We've had help from both of our dads, Cody's dad Wayne and Laura's dad Grant. So, if you'd like to follow along on our journey towards bus life, click subscribe and sit back, relax, and enjoy the Tale of Two Smitties. So most people aren't traveling in 2020, but Dad's in Texas for the third time. We're getting a lot of projects done, a lot of little stuff, touching up some trim. We're trimming out the windows. Laura just gave a coat of paint over a bunch of our shiplap and our cabinet faces. I got some outlets installed and the cover plates on once Laura painted. Just a lot of stuff that's starting to make it look a little bit more like a home. All right, last week we showed you the first major project we did on Dad's most recent trip, butcher block countertops. We were thrilled with the way they turned out, and if you guys think so too, hit that like button and let us know. Do it now. Do it.
3, 2, 1. Do it now. Do it now. Do it.
Now, we actually did the countertops in the kitchen and the office desk at two separate times because we had to build a set of shelves that the desk was going to attach to. So we didn't show you that last week, but we will soon. Don't worry. All right, so the first thing we had to deal with when we mounted the generator was a support bar on the back of the bus. The trailer hitch that we bought had a little bit of a drop, but not enough to avoid this bar. So there are two hooks, one on either side of the support bar that can be used to pull the bus out of a difficult spot. And that bar is there to support the frame in case Laura starts in case we have to get pulled out sideways. You know she's gonna be thrilled when she sees this video, so if you don't hear from me for a few days, call the police. We checked with a school bus professional. We've got one in the family, you know, and we got permission to take the hooks off to remove that bar and then put the hooks back on. In all seriousness, we know that taking adventures in a school bus out in the middle of nowhere on potentially unpaved roads can lead to some tricky spots. And so it was important to get those hooks back on to make sure that in the event something happens, we're able to get pulled out. We did hit a bit of a snag when we couldn't get the bolts off with the electric impact gun. We even hit it with a little bit of blast off, which is like a WD-40, no luck. So in the end, we had to take a grinder to them, zipped them right off. Then we got the hooks put back on afterwards, you know, for Laura. All right, so once the hooks were put back on, it was time to measure for the trailer hitch frame itself. Now, we bought this from CURT manufacturing. It is an RV-specific kind of universal mount. It's supposed to be able to mount to a frame at different widths. We ended up at about 32-inch width. This is able to handle up to a 51-inch span, and it attaches with a few bolts. So we got it measured out. We drilled some holes in the frame. Now, we ended up having to cut the ends off of the trailer hitch because it was going to be too wide. It was actually only a problem on one side. It was going to be hitting our muffler. And then for the sake of balance, we figured we'd cut both sides. So not something that's necessary to install, but in our case, it was. So we got the trailer hitch installed and bolted onto the frame. Tomorrow we'll work on putting the basket together, get that installed, and get the generator in the basket. We're burning the midnight oil a little bit here. The parking lot lights are turning on, so we're gonna get out of here and go get some late dinner. Catch you guys in the morning. All right, we are back at the bus today, and we're gonna get the basket put together and installed in the trailer hitch and get the generator on there. And hopefully it's the last time we have to do all of this climbing over stuff to get to the generator. So follow along. This basket is a 24 by 60 inch basket. It is raised on the outsides so that stuff's not sliding off the edge. It has a metal mesh inside to be able to support stuff underneath. Now in our case, the generator is really heavy, and while the basket is able to handle 500 pounds, that mesh is not able to hold 500 pounds. So what we did is we cut a sheet of plywood, painted it with 2 coats of paint, and then bolted it through the frame of the basket. And that's gonna be there to help distribute the weight a little bit more evenly. All right, so the basket itself has an assembly time of like 30 minutes. It comes in, I think, 3 pieces, 2 halves of the basket, and then the arm that slides into the trailer hitch. And so the basket itself goes together with 4 bolts on the front and 4 bolts on the back, attaching a plate to each side of the basket. And then underneath that arm, the basket attaches to the arm with 3 bolts. So really easy. It went together pretty quickly, and we got it installed. Basket's installed, generator's in. We're gonna work on some ways to keep it from bouncing around when we're driving around, but for now, she's good. All right, so to store the generator, we have, well, first of all, we have it ratchet strapped down so that when we're driving around, it's not bouncing around and sliding all over the place. We also have a lock on it because, let's be honest, it's 2020, people steal stuff. I mean, we have 4 locks on it, 2 of which you can see and 2 of which you cannot. We also put a tarp over it to protect it from the rain. We've got it bungee strapped down, and that's about it. We are so incredibly grateful to the people that have followed us and supported us, to the friends that we've made and connections we've made, both here on YouTube and over on Instagram. We're on Instagram at TaleOfTwoSmittys. So thanks for being here. It's incredible that almost 700 of you guys have subscribed to follow along with our journey, and you know, we're not naive. There are obviously much bigger and more exciting YouTube channels, but we appreciate that you guys are here. We love making videos for you. We love showing you the build. We learned from so many people when they built and made YouTube videos of their build, and so we hope if you're doing this too that you're learning a little bit from us. But really, just thanks for those of you that have ever hit a like button or sent a message or dropped a comment or chatted us up on Instagram. Thank you. It means a lot, and we love this community. And whether we're finding the time to meet you out on the road, or if you've just got land and wouldn't mind us staying for a night or two, we're really grateful. I do most of our YouTube stuff. Laura handles most of our Instagram. I'm over there too sometimes, guys, so watch it. But hit us up, send us a message, and we'll make a connection. Guys, we are really getting down to it. A lot of things are coming together, a lot of things are happening, but there's still so much to do. Every time we think we're taking big strides, which we are, there's like 97 other things waiting for us next. And the clock is ticking. So hit that subscribe button, follow along, because if you're looking for a little bit more excitement and a little less build stuff, it's probably coming, because we're gonna run out of time, and I have a feeling that it's gonna be down to the wire. Drop a comment below if you have a question about anything with the trailer hitch or the basket, or anything else we've done on the build that you either missed or that we glossed over. Ask it below, and let us know what you're most looking forward to next. I know Laura's looking forward to tiling the bathroom. I'm looking forward to the wood stove, and we'll see you next time.